Prison is cold. It's isolation. It's separation. It's being apart from the world. No longer being able to experience certain things like love, express or feel emotion. You can't do that in a place like there. To have companionship from a significant other is slim to none. I had gotten that. I had crossed paths with somebody unexpectedly looking for something else and got something greater. And just as soon as I had gotten it, it was gone. I yearned for it. And then that mail call came, and my cell partner, my brother, excitedly jumping up and down with my mail in his hand, said, "Hey, bro, you got mail?" And I ran up the stairs, grabbed the mail out of his hand. First thing I smelt it smelled amazing. And I remember I was like, "Yo, that smells familiar." And it was her. Different name, but it was her. And I ripped the envelope open, excited just to see what her words would say. And they said the following: despite where you are and what you may be going through, I need you to know that you are a king. And let me tell you, those words were powerful. When I stood in front of the judge before going to prison, he looked me in my eyes and said, "You are nothing more than a menace to society. That's it, and that's all. You don't deserve to be in our town, and you're not fit to be out here in the world. So when somebody sees more in you, it means something. You hang on to that. You fight for that." And I remember telling myself, "Part, I don't care what happens now. I'm good regardless." I didn't care. I was breathing fresh air again, and if I had to sacrifice or pay a cost to experience that some more, then I would. Even if I had to go back to a level 4, 5, or 6, it was what it was. I knew they couldn't end the communication between us anymore. They couldn't do that. Sure, it was a gift and a curse. I couldn't see her anymore, be around her, etc. But we didn't have to look over our shoulders just to have a conversation anymore, interact. We didn't have to worry if a CO would be coming around the corner and caught us. Now we could express, we could talk, we could communicate, we could write letters, and we would 8, 9, 10-page letters. And I looked forward to mail call, and I would take my time to always write back and answer every question she asked or respond to everything that she had said. This was life. It was my ability to feel human and whole again, and I was grateful for that, and I nurtured that despite whatever came with it. We learned through institutional policy and procedure that it wasn't illegal for her to write me, and I could call her because she didn't get fired. She quit. So, with her names on the envelope now and them hearing our phone calls, probably me joking their staff, they increased the targeting or got to targeting again, harassing me. Some nights waking me up at 3 in the morning, ripping my cell partner and I out the cell, destroying a lot of my property, and to include the last pictures I had of my grandmother before she passed 2 months prior. Another time, a SEAL would walk by the cell and throw a piece of paper with tobacco up under there and look in the tray slot and say, "I just want you to know if we want to get you, we can. It's that easy. They won't believe you. They'll believe us." And they meant that. They were upset. Their homeboy got embarrassed. He couldn't understand how a prisoner that made 42 cents an hour and couldn't go home or do anything for a woman in the world could get her attention when he was a lieutenant and had salary and went home every day. It was embarrassing to him. It was embarrassing to him as a man, and it was embarrassing to him as the leader of that shift in security, because how, if they're doing their job, could a prisoner have a relationship with a staff member? The targeting wouldn't stop, at least not then. Over time, eventually it would cease. I did have some COs that kind of had my back, supported her, etc. And I guess to the best of their abilities made sure I wasn't targeted too much, if that made sense. Sort of like leave Willers alone. He learned his lesson. You would think I would chill after that, surviving an ordeal, only being put under investigation, not being given a charge, her not being given a street charge. But no, now I was in a relationship with a woman. She had fell on some tough times because she left her job. The financial situation wasn't the best, and I needed to help her pay the bills. That was on my mind. And now I needed to figure out a way to do that. I had to start hustling again, and I know how to hustle. So Let me put this play together so I can make sure everybody's all right. Here we go again.